we saw arithmetic progression where the difference between two adjacent numbers was the same. So now we move on and we are going to learn about geometric progression. In geometric progression, suppose A, B, C, D and so on are in geometric progression, then the ratio of two adjacent numbers will be the same. Yeah, the ratio of two adjacent numbers is the same. So B by A is the ratio of the second term and the third term is equal to C by B is the ratio of the third term and the second term is equal to D by C and so on. Suppose this common ratio is equal to R, then can I say that if A is T1, AR is going to be T2, yeah, AR square is going to be T3, AR power 3 is going to be T4 and Tn will become AR power n minus 1. Only one thing remember, R is not equal to 0, it doesn't make any sense, and R is also not equal to 1, even then it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so R is not equal to 0 and R is not equal to 1. So this is what a geometric progression is. In a geometric progression, the ratio of the adjacent numbers is going to be the same. So if B by A is one ratio, C by B, D by C and so on. So B is equal to AR. If I substitute, C by AR is equal to R. So C is equal to AR squared. If I substitute here, I'll get D is equal to AR cubed and so on. So that is what I am doing here. So the first term is equal to A, second term is AR, third term is AR squared, fourth term is AR cubed and so on. So such a sequence is called a geometric progression. Okay, say for example, you have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on, right? So this is a geometric progression. The ratio of adjacent numbers is the same. It need not be more than 1. It can also be less than 1. 1 half, 1 by 4, 1 by 8. This is also a geometric sequence. Then 1 minus half plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 8. This is also a geometric sequence, where here common ratio is half. Here common ratio R is equal to minus half. Okay, so these are all examples of geometric sequence. Only condition, remember, A cannot be equal to, what is the difference between sequence? There is no difference between sequence and series. It's a sequence or it's a series. They both are the same. Yes, I will go back to the first slide. Yes, let's write down. Let's write down. It is always ratio of second to first, third to second, fourth to third, and so on. You can talk of ratio of first and second, second and third, third, and then it will become 1 by R. If you are going to talk about A by B, it will become 1 by R, nothing else. Okay, so this is a geometric progression. So I have given you examples. Here is a geometric sequence where the common ratio R is equal to 2. Here it is half. Here it is minus half. Okay, so these are geometric sequences. Yeah, geometric sequence, also referred to as a geometric series, also referred to as a geometric progression. So you have geometric sequence, geometric series, geometric progression, all meaning the same thing. Okay. So in a geometric series, the ratio of adjacent numbers is the same. That means T2 by T1 is equal to R. So T2 is equal to T1 into R. Tn by Tn minus 1 is also equal to R. So Tn is equal to Tn minus 1 into R. So I have my first term A, second term will become previous term into R, AR. Next term will become previous term into R, AR squared. The next term will become AR cube. And it goes all the way up to AR power n minus 1. So Tn, the nth term, is equal to AR power n minus 1. Okay, nth term is equal to AR power n minus 1. Okay, so this is how it will work out. Yeah, so if any such sequence is there, we are again interested in two things. We are interested to know what is the nth term. So nth term we have seen is a r power n minus 1, where a is the first term and r is the common ratio. Okay, now we are also interested to know what is the sum of n terms. So sum of n terms means we are interested to know a plus ar plus ar square plus ar power n minus 2 plus ar power n minus 1. Are we able to understand this? This is what we want to know, Sn. What I am doing is I am going to multiply every term with an r. Okay, so r into Sn will become AR because I'm going to multiply this with R, it will come here AR. I'm writing it here, AR squared, multiplying this with R, I'll get this with R, I'll get AR squared, so on, plus AR power n minus 2. When I multiply this with R, I'll get AR power n minus 1. When I multiply this with R, I'll get AR power n. Okay, now I will subtract them. If I subtract them, what will I get? I'll get Sn into 1 minus R is equal to, all these will get cancelled. So I'll get A minus A R power n. So from here, I'll get Sn is equal to A 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. Yeah. So this is the sum of n terms of a geometric progression. Yeah, so we have found out the sum of n terms of a geometric progression. sum of n terms of a geometric progression. Okay, so please work it out. I first wrote down what is Sn. Sn is the sum of n terms. So I have written down the sum of n terms. After writing down the sum of n terms, now I multiplied every term with a r. So if I multiply every term with a r, I'll get ar, ar squared, ar cubed, and so on, up to ar power n minus 1. Okay, now I can just quickly subtract them. When I subtract them, I'll get the first term minus ar power n. So I'll get Sn is equal to a 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. Now that is why I said that r cannot be equal to 1 and r also is not equal to 0, because then there is not going to be, every term will be 0. So there is nothing. Okay. So this is a geometric progression. Please spend little time with it. Please try to understand what it is. Don't just copy this. Try to work out and see how it is working out. Okay. Similarly, sir, why we cannot write? Why we cannot write a 1 minus r power n minus 1? Huh? What is that? Wait, I'll see. Can we call Fibonacci series? Yes, you can call Fibonacci series as Fibonacci sequence. 1, 3, 5, 7 is not a geometric progression, it's an arithmetic progression. The difference between numbers, r is the ratio, r is the common ratio, term 2 by term 1, term 3 by term 2, and so on. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay. So this is the first slide. This is what I was explaining to you, what a geometric progression is. This is the second slide, where I explained to you what R is. R is the ratio of the two adjacent numbers. So here the ratio is 2. Here the ratio is 2, 2, 2, and so on. Then I also said there can be a sequence of this kind. Here the ratio is 1 by 2 and so on, half, 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 half. Then I said, well, it is not just half, it can also be minus half. So here there is minus half, minus half, minus half. Okay. This is the third slide, where I further explain to you by taking terms. So T2, T1 and all I have taken, and I have explained to you what a geometric sequence or a geometric series is. A sequence is nothing but a set of numbers, one following the other, where there is a relationship between the different numbers. Okay, so if I have to explain again, then I'll explain again. So sum of n terms of a geometric series will be a plus ar plus AR squared plus all the way up to AR power n minus 2 plus AR power n minus 1. So this is Tn. Okay, I want to find out what is this sum. So the way I go ahead finding out this sum is I first multiply every term with R. So if I multiply this with R, I will get AR. If I multiply this with R, I'll get AR squared. Then I'll get AR cubed and so on. Ultimately, I'll get AR power n minus 2 plus AR power n minus 1. When I multiply this term with R, I'll get AR power n. Okay, so I left one term here, so I came one term more. So I'm clear, I have written everything. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going to subtract them. So when I subtract them, this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled. So I'll get Sn minus R into Sn is equal to A minus AR power n. Okay, so I can now take Sn common. 1 minus R is equal to, I'll take A common, 1 minus R power n. So I'll get Sn is equal to A 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. So this is the sum of n terms of a geometric progression. This is the sum of n terms of a geometric progression. Okay, so this is 1. R cannot be equal to 1 because if R is equal to 1, this will become 0 and we don't know what is something by 0, or we don't even know 0 by 0. Okay, so yeah, so this is what it is. So if you can understand this, why didn't we add them? Well, we want to get an answer. No, there is not a single way of doing everything. So in AP we added them up. Now we want to see how we can simplify it. So if we add them, nothing is going to happen. So there is not going to be any sense. That's why I keep saying that maths can only be learned by practice. Okay. Yeah, so is 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 GP? No, it is not. So because R is 1, so we are saying in a geometric progression, R cannot be equal to 1. So whether R can be equal to A by B equal to C by, no, it can be A by B equal to B by C equal to C by D and so on. Okay. So if you understood, let us spend little bit more time. Let us make sure that all of us have reached here. So by adding, I won't get anything. By adding, I'll just get 2 times the whole thing. No, I'll get A plus 2AR plus 2AR squared and so on. So this won't give me any pattern. This won't give me anything interesting. But when I subtract it, you see how I am now able to find out the sum of all these things by looking at some exponent. So now it is an easy question. So what happens is, if you remember in your Tenali Rama stories, Akbar Birbal stories, they said that I will give you 1 grain of rice on the first day, I'll give you 2 grains of rice on the second day, I'll give you 4 grains of rice on the third day, I'll give you 8 grains of rice on the 1, 2, 3, 4. On the fifth day, I'll give you 16 grains of rice and so on. Now, is this a good idea? This question was there even it was asked to Shakuntala Devi once in London. Somebody asked, it was there in the movie. What they said is, I'll give you 1 paisa on the first day, I'll give you 2 paisa on the second day, I'll give you 4 paisa on the third day, 8 paisa on the next day and so on. So what does Sn equal to? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus so on up to 2 power 29. Okay, so suppose assuming there are 30 days. So what is going to be the sum of this? The common ratio is 2. So it will become Sn is equal to A, first term is 1. So 1 minus 2 power 29 plus 1, 30 divided by 1 minus 2. So how much will it be? It will be 2 power 30 minus 1. So we have to find out 2 power 30 minus 1. But because Shakuntala Devi is very fast in calculation, so she quickly said 2 power 30 is equal to 2 power 10 cubed. And how much is 2 power 10? 2 into 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 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into 2. 2 to 4, 2's 8, 2 16, 2's 32, 2 64, 2's 128, 2's 256, 2's 512, 2's 1024. So it will become 1024 whole cubed, and that is going to be a huge number. So she was able to do all these mentally, and then she was able to say, yeah. So so this is a geometric progression, and ultimately initially it may appear to be very small, but finally it becomes a big number. So that is what is referred to as a that is the power of a geometric progression, because it gets multiplied. In fact, this is how viruses multiply. Viruses multiply, grow geometrically. They don't go arithmetically, they grow geometrically. Yeah, when something grows geometrically, it becomes a big number. So a r power n minus 1 divided by 1 minus r. Yes, even that is correct, no problem. So you don't like Sn is equal to a into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. You want to write Sn is equal to a r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. Even this is fine. Okay, so you have just flipped them. So even this is fine. So whenever r is greater than 1, you can write like this. Whenever r is less than 1, you can write like this. But that's not a big deal. Don't worry. Okay. So if you guys understand this, some questions for you now. So first question. So I have a number minus 32. Then I have the number minus 16. Then I have the number, okay, no, minus 32, 16, 8. Find the 12th term of this sequence. Find the 12th term of this sequence. Okay, find the 12th term of this sequence, and also find the sum of 12 terms. (32, 16, 8, and so on. Also tell me whether this is a increasing sequence, or is it a decreasing sequence? Is it an increasing sequence or is it a decreasing sequence? Okay, so if you can answer, I'll help you out. So the 12th term will be first term 32 into what's the common ratio? Common ratio is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 to the power 12th term. So it will be to the power 11. So T12 is equal to 32 into 1 by 2 power 11. So 32, 2 into 2 is 4, into 2, 8, 2, 16, 2 is 32. So it is 2 power 5 by 2 power 11. So that is equal to 2 power minus 6. So what is 2 power minus 6? 2 power minus 6 is the 12th term. So that is the 12th term. Then I asked you, is this an increasing sequence or a decreasing sequence? Obviously, it is a decreasing sequence. Yeah. Then I asked you to find out the sum of 12 terms. So you can find out. So it is becoming 32 into 1 minus half power 12 divided by 1 minus half. So when I work this out, this will become equal to, so this will become equal to 32 minus 32 by 2 power 12 divided by 1 minus half, that is half. So 1 into 2. So when I work this out, it will become 64 minus 32 by 2 power 11. This is 2 power 5. So it will become 64 minus 1 by 2 power 6. This is going to be a small number, so I may just ignore it, and then I can say the answer is 64. So the answer is approximately 64. Okay, but this number is going to be a small number. 1 by 2 is 0.5. 1 by 2 square will become 0.25, 0.125, 0.0625, then 0.03125, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, 0.015625. So it's a very small number. So I can just ignore it and say the answer is approximately 64. Yeah, is this understood? Here also, okay, let me just see what kind of questions you are asking. Okay, so the kind of questions you all are asking is, you want me to work it out again. So I will work it out. Do you understand 13, 16, 8? Do you understand R is equal to half? Okay, that is the common ratio. So if you understand R is equal to half, then do you understand Tn is equal to A into R power n minus 1? So here A is how much? 32 into R power. I asked you for the 12th term. So R is 1 by 2 power 12th term. So 12 minus 1 is 11. So Tn is equal to 32 into 1 by 2 power 11. Now 32 is how much? 2 power 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 is 4, into 2 8, 2 16, 2 is 32. So it is 2 power 5. Yeah. So 2 power 5 by 2 power 11 will be how much? 1 by 2 power 6. So 1 by 2 power 6. So this will be the 12th term. Okay. Is this understood now? R cannot be 2, always 2 by 1, 2 by 1, 2 by 1. You cannot get confused between 1 and 2. It has to be 2 by 1. R cannot be 2. That is very clearly defined. R is equal to T2 by T1. Why in the case of A plus D, common difference can be plus D or minus D? So maths is very clear. Always T2 minus T1 is the common difference. Okay, so always R is equal to T2 minus T1, T3 by T2, T4 by T3. That's it. Okay, that's how the R is defined. The common ratio is defined like that. Am I clear? So I am saying Sn is equal to A into 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. So I can say it is A minus A R power n by 1 minus R. So I can say Sn is equal to A minus R into A power R n minus 1 by 1 minus R. So this is going to be equal to Sn. So I can say it is equal to T1 minus R into T2 Tn R into Tn divided by 1 minus R. So this is sum of n terms. So sum of n terms of a geometric progression can also be written like this. Okay, so sum of n terms can be written as T1 minus R into Tn divided by 1 minus R. So A into R power n minus 1 is Tn. So R into Tn by 1 minus R. Sir, but ratio will be 1:2 only. So it will be the first term to second term. I don't understand you, Vishwa. Why should the ratio be 1:2 only? So I don't understand this. No, you are wrong. You are absolutely wrong there. It is very simple, defined this way. Please write it down. That if A1, A2, A3, A4 up to An are terms in AP, then A2 by A1 is equal to R. Okay, it has nothing to do whether it is 1:2 or 2:1. Nothing. It has nothing to do with that. Okay, if you are talking about another sequence where this An becomes the first term, then maybe you can talk about it. But there is nothing to do about 1:2 and 2:1. Nothing to do with the value of it. The way common ratio is defined is always T2 by T1 or T3 by T2. By looking at half or 2:1, you cannot say which is, you cannot say anything. Okay, it is not dependent on the value. It is dependent on the ratio of the terms T2 by T1, T3 by T2, T4 by T3. So yeah, so that observation, yeah. Okay, so is this understood? I showed you the previous slide. I have a progression here given by 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, half, half squared, half cubed, half power 4. So I have T1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 power 5, 11. 12th term is 1 by 2 power 6. Okay. Now Sn is equal to A into 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. So A is 32 into 1 minus, the common ratio is half power n. So I want sum of 12 terms. So half power 12 divided by 1 minus half. So that will give me 1 minus half is half, 2 goes up. So 64 into 1 minus 1 by 2 power 12. So this will become 64 minus 64 by 2 power 12. So that is 64 minus, this is how much? 2 power, 2 into 2 is 4, into 2 8, 2 16, 2 32, 2 64. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 minus 2 power 6 by 2 power 12. So this 2 power 6 will go here and it will become 64 minus 1 by 2 power 6. So this will be the sum of 12 terms of this AP. Now I can say this 2 power 6 is a very small number and ignore it. Alternatively, I can find out. So 1 by 2 is 0.5, 1 by 2 squared is 0.25, 1 by 0 cubed, 2 cubed is 0.125, then 0.0625, then 0.03125, then 0.15625. So this is 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yeah. So this is 1 by 2 power 6. So the final answer, if I have to put it exactly, is going to be 64 minus 0.15625, and I can find it out forever. Yes, Pranav, is it clear? Here is the 11th term. Here is the 12th slide. And here is the 13th slide. Okay. Denominator, you have to work out, Mona. I cannot do it. You all have to work it out. So, Mona Krishnan, you will have to work it out. So it will become what? It will become 1 minus half. 1 minus half is half. So 1 by 2, the 2 will go up. So you have to calculate it. Yeah, Vittal, I am not calculating. You have to calculate it. It is not my job. Okay. You correct it and come back. I will tell you whether you are right or wrong. I can tell you. That is my job. So yeah, you all have to work out, not me. So this is a geometric progression. Yeah. So let's take out one more question. Suppose I have numbers. Let me say half. Okay. 1, 2, all the way up to 1, 0, 2, 4, or 8, 2, 0, 4, 8. Okay, this is a Tn. Question 1, find the value of n Question 2. Find the sum of the given sequence. So this is half, 1, 2, and so on. And I reach up to 2048. Find the value of n and find the sum of the given sequence. Find the value of n and find the sum of the given sequence. So you have half, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, all the way up to 2048. Find the value of n. So how are you going to find out the value of n? So first you have to understand. Okay, let me just check if there are any answers. Yes, there are answers. There are answers. Very good. Very good. So good answers have come. I'm very happy. Whether they are right or wrong, we will see now. So you have A is equal to half and you have Tn is equal to 2048. 2048 means if I keep on factorizing it, do you see that it will be, I factorize it 1024, I again factorize it 512, I again factorize it, I again factorize it 256, I again factorize it 128, I again factorize it 64, again factorize it, I'll get 32, again 16, again 8, again 4, again 2, again 1, right? So it is 2 power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So A is equal to half and Tn is equal to 2 power 12 and the common ratio, the ratio, this by this is 2, this by this is 2, so R is equal to 2. So I can say that Tn is equal to half into 2 power n and that is equal to 2 power 12, sorry, n minus 1, and that is equal to 2 power 12. So from there I can say that 2 power n minus 1 is equal to 2 power 13. So from there I can say n minus 1 is equal to 13 or n is equal to 14. So the common ratio, the number of terms n is equal to 14. Number of terms n is equal to 14. Do we understand? So I'll explain again. T1 is equal to half, Tn is equal to half into R power n minus 1, that is equal to half power 2 power n minus 1, that is equal to 2 power, that is equal to 2 power, where is that? I did all the factorization. So that is equal to 2 power 13. So if that is equal to 2 power 13, then Array, what did I do? It is not 2 power 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. This is 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I made a mistake here. Okay. So here it is 2048. So we have to do carefully. 1024, 2, 612, sorry, 512, 2, 256, 2, 128, 2, 64, 2, 16, 32, 16, 8, 4, then 2. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Array, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, fine. Something is going wrong. Sorry, friends, sorry. It happens sometimes. You can't believe it. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So half into 2 power n minus 1 is equal to 2 power 11. So 2 power n minus 1 is equal to 2 power 12. 2 is going that side. So n minus 1 is equal to 12. So n is equal to 13. So that is what is the answer. Okay. So we are talking about T13. Yes, sometimes it happens, you know, you make some errors in counting, not an issue. So n is equal to 13. As long as you understand what it is, I'm fine with it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So fine. So this is 2 ones, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is equal to 2 power 11. So from there I can calculate it. Okay. So these numbers are a little painful because as you go up, especially if the ratios are a little bigger, then the numbers become so big that we find it very difficult to manage. But we are clear now, n is equal to 13. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if you are clear with it, then let us move. I'll just teach you some more small concepts. See, I told you Sn is equal to A into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. If r is less than minus 1, I mean is greater than minus 1 and less than 1, and if n is a very large number, if n is a very large number, then such a GP is called an infinite GP. Such a GP is called an infinite GP, and in such a case, r power n will be a very small number. R power n will be a very small number, so small that it is negligible. So in that case, this will tend to A by 1 minus r. Okay, this is a special case of an infinite GP. Infinite GP is a GP where the common ratio is less than 1. It can be from minus 1 to 1. Okay, if the common ratio is less than 1, And if n is a very large number, then that r power n will become a very small number. R power n will become a very small number, so small that it is negligible. So I can say Sn is equal to A divided by 1 minus R. Yeah, are we clear about this? Are we able to understand this? Yeah, this is true only for an infinite GP. Infinite GP means the number of terms will be very large and common ratio will be a fraction. So we just now did, right? Half power 6. Half power 6 was how much? 0.015 something. It was a very small number. So now if it was suppose half power 20, then I can even assume it to be 0, not a problem. Okay, so to give you an example, do you understand this? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. So if you understand this, I'll give you an example. Suppose today I am doing, suppose I walked 8 kilometers. Tomorrow I'll walk A by 2 kilometers. Day after tomorrow I'll walk A by 4 kilometers. Then I'll walk A by 8 kilometers. Like this. After a long time, how much would I have walked? So suppose I keep doing this after a long time, what is the total distance walked? So I'll be able to say Sn is equal to A plus A by 2 plus A by 4 plus A by 8 and so on. Yeah. So now this is a geometric progression, common ratio 1 by 2. So I'll say Sn is equal to A into 1 minus 1 by 2 power n divided by 1 minus 1 by 2. Now, if n is very large, this value will become 0. So it will become A divided by half. So that is equal to 2A. Yeah. So Sn, total distance traveled by the body, is 2A. So such a series is called a infinite progression. Such a series is called an infinite progression. Okay. So if this is clear, I am happy, you are happy. So in that the sum n is infinite. No, sum of infinite terms. So it keeps going on. Is there any progression which is both an AP and a GP? Yeah, it is. There are examples. They are called arithmetico-geometric progressions. We will talk about them tomorrow. Okay. In tomorrow we will be talking about more complicated sequences. So their examples are arithmetico-geometric series. So suppose I have a series where the first term is A, the second term is A plus D into R. The third term is A plus 2D into R square. And the nth term is A plus n minus 1D into R power n minus 1. Now you see, some part is increasing like an arithmetic sequence. Some part is increasing like a geometric sequence. Such a sequence is called an arithmetico-geometric sequence. Okay, so now, yeah, it is all up to your imagination. You are all the budding students. You will have to keep thinking about these and working. These are the problems which have which people ask. How can you solve this problem? So as a mathematician, you will have to think and then answer. Good question. We will discuss about these. So we will discuss. We won't go more complicated than this. We will discuss this. Okay. So we will meet again tomorrow, and then we will work out. In that sum, n is infinite. Yes, if n is infinite, half power infinite is 0. So that is how we are working. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, fine. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. 1, 2, 3 is not an example for that. We'll see tomorrow. We will see. Don't worry.